Seely, wake up, sleepyhead. Wake up!
Wake up call.
Welcome back, everybody, to Night's Journey of Dreams, the dreams of which Seely will not be having while life is apparently her alarm clock.
By the way, I can guarantee that kind of peaked the mic.
Sorry.
It most definitely
It's
did.
okay.
So welcome, everybody,
I'll
to
try to edit it
Helen's...
post-recording.
It's alright. So welcome back to Helen's second Nightopia.
Very,
Also,
very
who's ready?
Hey, Helen.
Oh,
Welcome to the world.
Oh, she has a mask too.
Uh-oh.
Why the funny mask? Oh, it's nothing.
yeah, more
I'm
about
just
that
getting
later.
ready. I'm just getting ready for Mardi Gras.
I do everything in a well.
That's
Oh, ready
way
for
back
nice
in
to-
March,
ready-
though.
Ready for Nights to give a backhanded compliment?
Didn't I tell you?
Because she's all like, oh, everything here looks like it's fragile. And Nights is like, yeah, that's because it's based off you, chick.
The visitor. That means it was your heart that created
So, in a completely roundabout way, she just said that she is vulnerable and fragile AF.
fragile.
I mean, she is a child, so.
Oh, gosh.
I am. Oops.
And just like that, that glass is about to be shattered.
I am not weak.
Oh no!
No, not
It's my only weakness. How
Speaking
will
of
I get
glass,
out
speaking of
here?
glass, who's excited for that new Shyamalan movie?
What's it called?
Wait, what Shama-Lama movie?
Glass. It's like it's the next one that's in that officially like confirmed cinematic universe between Split and Invincible or whatever it's called.
I wasn't even aware that Shyamalan made his own cinematic universe now.
It kind of came as a surprise to everybody. So there was a movie starring Bruce Willis, I believe, called Invincible or something like that,
Uh-huh.
which starred a man who was just invincible. I haven't actually seen it. I'm lying. I should not be talking. There was a movie that he made with Bruce Willis called Invincible. It was like a superhero kind of thing. And it starred him and a guy named Mr. Glass, and Mr. Glass was like super like weak to a lot of stuff, so the two partners teamed up or something. And then earlier, a couple of years ago, he released a movie called Split, which was about a guy with like 23 split personalities who kidnapped two girls and
Oh,
who kidnapped like some
yeah.
girls and like was holding them hostage. And it was crazy because it was like one of the split personalities was the one that actually like kidnapped them, and the other three were like it was the same guy having split personalities talking, and like some of them were siding.
Oop.
Some of them sided with the girls, others wanted to keep them imprisoned, and it was revealed that it was then revealed that the split personality guy came up with a final personality that he referred to as the Beast, which when released, when he got it, when he like was able to control it, it was basically like a mind over matter thing where like he could suddenly like scale walls and like break
So-
iron bars.
So real quick, this guy with the zillion personalities, is one of them the beaver?
No.
Ow!
Ow.
Hey! That
hurts.
wasn't cool, buddy.
I always thought that was a cute little detail. Anyway, so then, oh, let's get these spectrums. Also, I love the music in this place.
It's nice,
Yeah,
yes.
the music in general in this game is really good.
Sega's music is always on point, unless they let an outside studio like Boom handle it.
Yeah.
The Red Button.
Probably.
I thought well, okay, to be fair, that really wasn't one of Richard Jacques' better soundtracks, but it's not. That's honestly, I feel like that was the exception rather than the rule.
Okay. I'll ask more about that in a second. But anyway, so Split,
Okay.
so Glass, so at the very end of Split, like the big, like, the app, by the way, pay attention to the mirrors if you
Yeah, I was
haven't
about to
guessed
say,
it.
I was about to say, there's some sort of gimmick here, isn't there?
Yeah, as you, like some of the rings only appear in the blue chips only appear on the mirrors. You have to follow that.
So
Anyway.
basically, just pay attention to the mirror, not so much what's on the forward.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy to just move around. But anyway, so
I
it was
remember when
revealed.
the Castle Illusion remake had something exactly like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was fun.
there we go.
We gotta do that again sometime.
We should. So it was revealed that at the very end of Split, that all along, like, something you're in a diner and they're all like, and then some guy's like, hey, I heard about a guy with powers like that. What was his name? And then guy looks up from his newspaper and it's like, his name was Glass. And it's like Bruce Willis, and you're like, oh crap, Shyamalan's actually linked these movies together.
Ah, shit.
So there actually is a sort of cinematic universe now, and Glass is the next movie, I guess technically the third now, because Invincible came before it, is gonna be the third one in that.
And you know what the sad thing is? Shama-Lama Ding Dong is probably better at playing his cinematic universe than DC is.
No,
Or
totally, dude.
Universal.
I will say also I was stupid. I thought that was an obstacle.
No,
If you run through that
splits
spectrum,
It's
yeah,
two.
it makes you different copies, which would have made getting all these rings and these blue chips a lot easier. This game, this level plays with convex and lenses and spectra. It plays with a lot.
It plays with the aspect of duality, which is funny because that's kind of the whole point of what we do naturally.
So this one is a lens.
Holy shit!
I need more rings.
And it comes with all the problems of being huge. You're kind of a tank.
Yeah, whatever. All right, let's go back to this. So yeah, it's going on there with glass. Trying to think of any other big cool glass-like things. Unfortunately, when I think of glass in like fantasy, the first thing I think of is that really weird Brothers Grit. There we go.
There you go.
Eat that bird. The first thing I think of is that really weird Brothers Grimm movie.
Oh, I remember that.
It was
and it had like this. I remember because it had like the little mud boy and the scene with the horse seeing a kid, which I know is stupid, but for some reason it's kind of unsettling.
No. Between the mud boy and that scene, like the horse that spits out a web, it had a lot of like. I'm surprised none of that appeared on anyone's like childhood trauma list somewhere. Because
I'm sure it did, but yeah.
You know, if I can actually comment on the game real quick, if I'm not mistaken, in the original Nights, did you have to go through like 5 sections, or was it still 3?
No, I think it was still 3.
I feel like it was longer than 3.
Anyway, we'll meet our next boss, who can be tricky and difficult if you don't know what
my
you're
And
doing.
it's
goodness.
also one of the creepier ones.
Meet
Bamamba.
Bamamba.
And look, Seely, this is the epitome of what happens when a cat lady goes nuts. And also picks up black magic. And also decides, screw clothes, just cats.
God. That is
Actually,
creepy.
those are her, like, balls. Not remotely what I meant!
Goodness me, Jordy, I was trying to be okay with the crazy cat lady, but you were like, no.
Her
no,
balls
we
of
go
yarn is what I
further.
meant!
I think what's kind of funny is that whenever, like, when the cats are ready to taunt you, they just extend their tails.
I don't know, it
Because
shouldn't be.
She
reason.
left it. Knights left it all over town.
Blame the dolphin.
No. Also, I love the stock effect of the cats going in. So as you see, it's a whole big balancing act,
Yeah.
and we need to move them into the holes. However, what was that?
That was me. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. I heard like a little clatter.
Or was
Anyway,
that a sneeze?
Yeah, it was a sneeze.
Oh, bless you.
Wow. Bless you. So the issue is that it just, unless you're from the right angle and unless you have good like control, this can take a while. It's like as you've seen, it's those ball puzzles.
I hated this boss for a good while now because of how difficult it was to try to get
The
those
second
cats
form
in.
especially.
Yeah, yes.
I don't know if it's just me, but something about the cat lady's design makes me think she'd be right at home at either Nightmare Before Christmas or Corpse Bride.
I think
Yeah.
I think she's more fitting for Nightmare Before Christmas.
I agree.
Almost.
In fact,
The
I think she
other issue-
almost looks like one of the witches, just with a more cat-like form.
The other issue I don't like about this is that the cats themselves. There we go. And with
There you
that,
go.
the board is broken.
My kitties!
The thing I don't like about that is
You destroyed my children!
the other part that's tricky about that is that, as you notice, the cats don't instantly turn into their little fluffy ball forms. Like they slide around a bit, so it's really hard to really gauge. Nice. It's really hard to gauge exactly how close they are or where they are in position with the board. But anyway, yep. Let's continue work in the Crystal Castle then. Free falling. Out in the free fall.
So, how much glass did we break from that throughout that entire stage?
Helen just comes out of it bloodied and just pissed out.
Even worse. Think of her poor mama.
I once saw this jackass bit where Steve-O literally like skateboarded through a glass window
Oh, bro, was that...
and cut up his leg.
Did we watch that together? I feel like
I think so.
remember that.
It was in like one of the bloopers, I think, for one of the movies. But he was walking. He was all right. He was like, I need help, doctor, medic.
It's Octopus!
Octopus!
What's Octopod doing here?
It's a
She grabs it, just
nightopia.
starts. She grabs it, just starts cuddling it, and then what's the name of the girl again?
Helen?
And then Helen's like, I think you have a problem. I could quit whenever I want!
Oh, my line delivery. Whatever, you know
stop
the
to think
drill. I'm
about
just gonna
the-
show off the best combo. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Considering that, there you go. Considering that Octopaw is practically in every stage, you could just argue that it's not even so much NiGHTS' fault. Octopaw himself is just an enabler.
Yep.
If not that, it's also the fact of, like, Helen's like, you have a problem. It's like, really? You're the one who keeps dreaming about him.
Good
Ouch!
point. Shots fired.
I just live here. What's his excuse?
Well, you could have chosen not to partake in the night.
No crap. Ah, whatever.
Oops.
Wait, what the?
The little crystal wall got my way. And it
I'm
gets-
sorry, which one of you two ladies did that noise?
Me.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
You see?
Nuts.
What did I do?
Never mind.
What did I do?
All I said was he inked.
Something like that.
I do?
Anyway, we're actually going to do something really important here is that we're going to go back and we're actually going to see an interesting start to the next stage.
Really?
Okay, let's see.
Visitor.
Okay, you can stop calling me that now. I have a name. Seriously though,
Yeah, my name is Helen Visitor.
after the tutorial, I'm sick to death of that guy saying that.
Yeah, but
That's
you
all
could
he ever
argue.
says.
You could argue that there are much worse tutorial people out there, like watch out.
No, I think Al's worse because he stops you dead in your
Omocho.
tracks.
Yeah.
Omocho is at least
Oh,
optional.
look! It's Will!
Hey, Will.
So, is this where he landed?
Yep. In fact, now that I think about it, I think we're pretty much on his scenario now.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
But as you can see, the more he tries to go through, he just ends up going back to the way it was, like back to where he started from.
He's walking around in circles, walking around in circles.
I gotta get out of here.
Alright, he's gonna try one more time. Hey, wait!
There's Ellen.
Ellen?
Oh,
What's
looks
she
like she
doing
can go through
here?
it all just fine. But then again, to be fair, this is her dream technically.
But if this is her dream,
Wait,
Why is Will here? Well, to be fair, you saw what happened in the last part.
why is she hiding from him?
Do you live here?
I
Do
don't
I
think
look like I live here? I don't even know I don't know my way from the foyer to the bathroom.
I was sent here.
No, seriously, why is she hiding from him?
because she's
probably-
never seen another human interact in her dream like this before.
That's a good point.
Okay, before you went further, I thought you were about to stop there and say she's the first human she ever saw.
Oh God.
Help him.
Now.
If I could just find the door, I'd be able to get back.
Well, there are technically two doors. Not what I meant.
And this is where she's gonna lead him out. And I'm just gonna personally say,
Take me there.
I didn't like this mission. In fact, I don't like
But I don't know
almost
anything
every single mission where you have to either lead someone out or just try to get out on your own without knights. It's very daunting.
So basically, what you're saying is you don't like the human stages.
No, I don't. It's
That's fair. I mean, all things considered, like, I understand they kept them in because it was sort of a callback to the original games where you only played as the humans for so little time before you
Yeah.
before you control shifted to the knights. And then but you could also argue that for this game, they went a little too far with that and put a little more focus on them than they really should have.
yeah. Especially Helen's story, like they give her more of these missions than Will does, which I don't understand why.
Doesn't Will only get like one or two levels?
I think so, yeah, like
I'm back.
hey, there
back.
you
Oh, there
are.
you
I
are.
was just
take
explaining
care of
how
all the
much I
laundry, no worries.
disliked these missions, especially this one.
They're always
Well,
so.
for
Well,
one
that's the
thing, I
thing. They do such a great job of making the normal character movements so painfully slow that you just want to fly.
I know, right?
Yeah, just. Well, I can tell right off the bat why this mission's a pain. First off, it's a devil damn maze.
Yeah. So many mirrors, and there's like so many places you can go.
For the most part, I'd say follow the blue chips because they'll tell you which way to go, and from there just get lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky
Almost
gets
four.
lucky.
Ha. Anyway, James,
Just-
what was your opinion on these kind of stages?
I only remember playing like one or two of them, and I will agree that compared to the Knights gameplay, it does feel a it feels like too much of a Far Cry, if that means anything. And I mean, like I said before, I do understand that they brought these back because they technically have them in the original Nights too. Even though in the original Nights, you could also argue that they were kind of needless.
Yeah.
Oh, there are bees. Be careful.
I mean, to the original game's credit, you don't play as them for very long. You just walk up to wherever Nights is, and then you immediately take control of them.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. Like those were the only moments that were actually like assigned to the kids. Otherwise, it was really just night stages.
I do want to ask, weren't there like certain special goodies that you can get if you play as the kids before getting to Nights? Like if you explored as them for a bit?
You can find Nightopians that way.
Yeah, you can find a few items and maybe do a cute little triple jump tricks before Mario ever got the foresight to do them. But
yeah, and I will say, sorry, Will. And I will say that for this game's credit, that exploring as the kids is the main bulk of how you're going to find the dream drops in this game.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I did see one earlier as we were climbing up on top to get those treasure chests.
I forgot about it, whatever.
It's okay. I don't think it really matters.
Luck.
There we go. Nice. Got another coin.
By the way.
Camera. And again, if I didn't already say it, the big catch, or the cool thing, Sealy, is that if you get all the dream drops, it's just the fountain becomes magical, and when you jump in, you turn Helen and Will into Clarice and Elliot from the first Nights game.
Oh, wow.
Aww.
All low poly and everything.
And then all of a sudden they're like, what kind of demonic force brought us back here?
Actually, you say that, I was pretty sure they touched up their models for this game.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay. I thought they were all low poly.
I was pretty sure they did.
Well, that's cool. Right,
anyway, I was gonna say, I don't remember if we discussed this, and do refresh my memory if I'm wrong, but did we talk about what happens when the timer runs out on these missions?
You just wake up. It just says night over.
It's game over.
Well, actually, no. Here's what happens for these stages. When the timer runs out, a bunch of awakeners actually come around, and they try to latch onto you, and that's when, and if enough latch onto you, that's when you wake up.
Oh, so it's not instantly game over. It just
no, but you have to be very, very careful when that happens.
So in a way, it's not too different from how, like in the Wario Land games that had a timer, like once it runs out, I think it only really happened with Shake It. Like a silhouette of the Shake team immediately pops out, and then he'll immediately gun for you, and if he latches onto you, he shakes your loot out and tosses you out of the stage.
It's that, and it also reminds me of the Ghost from Spelunky. But we've done it. Actually, no, we have not done it yet.
No,
we're
not yet. There's still hallways.
We're almost there.
No, we're almost there. There's just one more trial we have to pass, and then we'll be able to get up and out of here. And that's why they give me all the clock power-ups, is because we have a puzzle.
Oh, joy.
I don't mind the flickering. I swear, I'm not. I swear, this is not glitching in the emulator. I'm playing this natively on the Wii.
No, it's fine. I understand.
It's like I'm playing this.
You doing okay, sis?
Yeah, my mother just she opened my door and turned my lights up to show me how she put up the Christmas lights and when you don't know.
Aww.
That's very
That's
sweet.
cool. There we go.
Oop.
So, yeah, that's...
Twist my leg.
I twisted my ankle.
It's only a dream, honey. It's only a dream.
You have to carry me.
Just pretend your legs aren't broken. You'll be fine.
And with that, we actually did
That's
it.
right, I'm in a dream.
She just wakes up.
If I'm in a dream, then couldn't I just punch Wiseman in the face?
Actually, you can't, because that's actually a fun trivia thing I learned that a friend was telling me. It's actually, whenever you're facing against a mean thing in a dream, you should actually try not to try and punch them, because since you're laying down, your muscles, you can't, feasibly think of your muscles punching something, but in your mind, with stuff, he recommends instead of punching, just throw them, pick them up and throw them against things, because your body won't, reject that for some reason. But there we go.
That's stupid sounding.
Oh, and if you're wondering about the cutscenes and everything, for Will, all he would see is the start parts of the intro cutscene with Helen, and then it would just jump right to this. Helen, she has that whole stage, so I'm just trying to do the Sonic Adventure 2 thing, where I'm trying to look at that wave in motion. I'm trying to do the Sonic Adventure 2 thing of mixing them up like this, and avoid having to retread things.
I mean, at least this game is pretty alright about that, unlike, say, Sonic 06.
It's until the final level where everything gets weird, because all the dialogue just outright changes between the two of them.
Yeah.
And there's technically four. There are technically 4 finales, technically, with their own different,
Wow,
with their own different dialogues. 2 for Helen, 2 for
Dang.
Will.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, and so I'm sorry, I'm not showing off all of them. I'm just going to show off the best I can of mine. Anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
Join us the next time where we'll be seeing what other adventures lie in wait for Will.
Oh boy. Till next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sweet dreams.